Welcome back, guys. It's Maverick here today with another episode of Kaguya-sama. So, last episode was another highly enjoyable one. We got to see character development for Ishigami. Another multi-arc one, which is probably going to be spread out through this season. I feel like most of his arcs are all multi-episode arcs. Like, they're really taking the time to develop his character, right? Which is a good thing, that is a good thing here. But then, of course, the most enjoyable part to me would be the second half, of which we got the misunderstandings, the classic rom-com kind of stuff, right? Especially with Hayasaka making a reappearance, I'm just like, everything is fine. But anywho, that is that. Now we have another episode, and let's just see what this one brings. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, looks like it's gonna be... Wait, what are they... Oh, I guess, I guess to Fujiwara, this is... like, due to this misunderstanding. Right, so because of her misunderstanding, now it has to be the other Hayasaka. Sure. I guess... I would guess he goes more old school. Another misunderstanding. But of course, the Fujiwara, she's got the wrong gendered one. Right, because even though they keep on saying her here, the actual words that Shogun is using, there's no gender pronouns in it. The translation says her. But I don't understand the opening part though, because Hayasaka's alternate personality to Shirogane would be a girl. So how did it end up in that situation? Oh, you've gone and did it. You've gone and oh, volume warning? um, that was something. I mean, didn't you already know? I thought you already knew about his condition. Yeah, the Japanese statue was sort of like a pun. I mean, it works in a lot of other anime. I feel like Chika definitely would be able to. She's so. This seems more like an Eye of a Eye of the Tiger training montage or something. No. No. I bet. No. Alright, just go with it. Just go with it. Although, you know, if there was anybody within these four that could rap, it would be Chika. Oh. Holy shit. They actually. Yeah, so why. They actually went that far. Yeah, so. Why? You're gonna be like, oh, Kaguya's butler. Ah, Hayasaka! Mm? Mm? Yeah, she thinks it's that guy, and then This part. Yeah, but how is he going? How is she going to? What? Wait, but. I wouldn't say making out. It's flirting. Icha-cha would be better translated as flirting. No way. Oh. Man, like I said, they are going old school with the beat. Okay, this is actually not bad. Yeah, I like that verse. And she's just calling her Hayasaka. Oh, so she's being. So that's why Hayasaka is. And then Fujiwara's going to be. Oh, she's rapping as well. And, oh. 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 Dang, Richard. Oh my god. What the? Oh my god. Why the skateboarding though? Hmm? Okay, she's going somewhere different with this beat. Okay. It's okay. Fujiwara's BL radar is definitely going. Oh my god! Look at her nosebleed. Oh, such a troll. Oh. Wait, you can't just go back to normal right after all that? Hmm. Wow, he actually looks like such a kind guy. Oh, so she's going to be added in. This is definitely. She's. Mm, it's gonna. Yeah, it's going to morph into resentment. Look at her eyes, dang. Okay, I kept on thinking whether or not it was just that I kept forgetting his name, so they actually do only reveal his name here. Why would you? She's surprisingly pure. She got me. Oh. You're one to talk, Ishigami. And you're one to talk, Shogane. And they're like, we know as well! Yep. So is it all freeze lost today? Oh. Straight to the heart. Yuki and you. Oh, so it's actually. Oh no, it's heroin. Alright, alright. Hmm? Oh, it's about. What? What the actual. This. Okay, actually. You know what? Is it because of this episode? Yeah. So it's just Shogane and Chika. Aw, they should have gotten, like, all four of them to rap. I mean, the animation here is lit. The songs, though. Anyways, what an effing interesting episode. I will see you guys after this. Oh my god, guys, where do we even begin with this episode? Holy shit, there is like way too much to unpack. But come on, guys, again, like every episode that Hayasaka is in is just. No, I keep on saying I'm trying my best to be unbiased, but seriously, like out of all 5 episodes here, all the Hayasaka focused episodes are Absolutely brilliant, perfect. Oh, I love it. I love it. I mean, to be fair, it's not just because of the subject matter of Hayasaka, right? Like, this episode was indeed, like, there were plenty of surprises throughout, and this is indeed one of those times where I would bet that the anime version of this is, like 10 times better than whatever it was in the manga. Like, normally I'm a manga guy. I typically like to read instead, so I like reading manga much more than watching anime, but this is, one of those occasions where having it be animated, having the music and whatnot, definitely adds to the experience. Like where do we even begin? Like, let's start at the end, right? The ending there. So obviously it's probably because of this particular episode, which had such a focus on rap, so they decided to do that. To be honest, out of all the songs and all the, like, I guess technically not songs, all the rhythms and melodies within this episode, the ending was probably my least favorite, even though they did sort of like carry it over from the lyrics within the episode itself, right? Talking about like my nonfiction and whatnot. So they did bring it all the way to the ending there. And you gotta admit, like, the animation style was cool, right? Like, watching all these characters rather than in their more rom-com sort of format, but instead taking on a more mature feel, maybe something more like a josei kind of art style or whatnot. I definitely, that's definitely, or seinen kind of art style, that's definitely respectful, and they look lit, right? And they're drip, man, they're drip. But in any case, yeah, the visuals to me were definitely much more appealing than the song itself, sorry to say. And not to mention, like, I do find it kind of a wasted opportunity in that there was only Shirogane and Fujiwara doing the rapping there. So, okay, putting that aside, the episode at hand, though, like, oh my god. I mean, obviously, like, just the rom-com situation itself, the classic rom-com kind of stuff, right? Like, there's two misunderstandings here, right? One is, on Kaguya and Hayasaka's side, where they believe that is Shirogane actually going to confess or something, that type of rom-com. Everybody loves watching Kaguya be flustered, right? So that was great, obviously. And then and not to mention, like, Hayasaka herself, she's definitely a perpetrator of chaos herself, right? So we saw it in the sort of like ending, I guess, wrap up to the episode at hand, where she's just like, yeah, I'll be friends with the press, and who knows, potentially something more, right? Like, she is just such a troll. Although, at this point, I'm not even sure, like, how serious she is, and or how much she's actually just wanting to troll, to troll Kaguya. I mean, obviously, nothing is going to come out of it, so for her sake, I hope she's not too serious about this, but if it does happen to... this is a romance and a comedy after all, so I wouldn't be completely against the idea, but at the same time, I don't really think that's really a feasible line of development, right? So we have that misunderstanding, and then obviously the Chika thing, right? Thinking that Hasaka is actually a boy, and so it's actually BL, and we can clearly see that Fujiwara is one of those Fujoshi who loves BL and whatnot. I do wonder if this is going to be like a recurring thing, like a recurring gag throughout the series. Probably not. I feel like the comedy here has already reached its peak. But then again, right? Then again, this has the potential for so much more comedy in the future. So, I mean, I am all for it. If they want to keep this gag on, hey, go ahead, man. For both sides, actually. So just the rom-com aspect of itself is already brilliant, and then adding it on to all the rap stuff, and when Chika and Miyuki, when they were like doing the training stuff, I wasn't honestly too impressed. It was about the level where people who want to just put together something. It didn't really have any flow or rhythm to it. The lyrics, it's not just a matter of having. I'm not exactly a big hip hop person, but from what I do listen to, and the ones I do listen to is more in the old school style rather than this new age sort of I guess more trap style oriented type of rapping. But from what I do listen to, and from the Japanese rap I listen to, there's a bigger concentration on sort of the wordplay, as well as how it really flows, right? Especially Japanese rapping is really kind of fun, because it's so easy to rhyme in Japanese, right? They always end, like, they end with the with the vowels, so aiueo, right? So it's like yayu, like it's so easy to rhyme in Japanese. So you gotta step up in order to make it sound better, and a lot of that is in the sort of wordplay, or like as used by the old school guys, wordsmithing, right? So that's. I wasn't too impressed during the training session, even when they say like Chika improved or whatnot, and when Shirogane said that Fujiwara improved, I was like, maybe I can kind of, if this is what we're going to have, then it's going to be like kind of enjoyable in the cringy sort of way and whatnot. But what happened there was like totally awesome, guys. Like they, especially. I would generally say that was a pretty good rap. Not the starting portion was still kind of meh, but the transitional portion, like once we got into the second verse, especially on Shirogane's side, the one where they're trying to use the old school lens, using the old school camcorders and whatnot, and you have that like fisheye kind of thing there. The rap there was actually genuinely pretty impressive. Both the flow, the rhythm, the wordplay there. I loved it. I loved it. That part was genuinely good. Like the entire park scene was even the starting portion was pretty okay. At least it had a more semblance of a flow to it. But that particularly that second verse there, that was great. So really impressed there. But then they decided to step it up a notch, right? They stepped it up a notch, and then had Kagura come in. Why do I keep on saying Kagura? Kaguya come in as well. Like, I mean, when I saw those four floating heads, my mind instantly went to Bohemian Rhapsody, right? I think most people would probably make that kind of reference, although it doesn't really, there's really nothing similar to that at all. You can kind of say it's a pseudo opera style, but not really. So I'm not sure if that was the reference they were trying for there, but that definitely. Just the outlandishness of it, right? Definitely caught me off guard, and it sounded nice as well, right? Even though the words in it was definitely kind of Kaguya, you don't really need to be saying those things to Hayasaka, right? Like, she's done so much for you, actually, and not to mention like I feel like typically they aren't. Especially like Hayasaka, she has her sort of sarcasm and her way of retorting towards Kagura. Why can't I talk today? She has her way of retorting towards Kaguya here, right? But Kaguya, you don't really get like sort of those kind of barbs from her towards Hayasaka all that often. We know she's capable of it. It's just that typically on screen she doesn't show that much. But here, I'm guessing she's kind of annoyed by the fact that Hayasaka and Shirogane were, kind of in contact with each other, and that's why some of her venom leaked out, if you will. If I were going, and then of course we have Hayasaka's retort. If I am going to be honest, though, I do feel like that was a little bit weak. I know they weren't explicitly going for a sort of rap style there. It was more just a case of just basically spilling your feelings out with it could be used in a rap context as well. Like typically when the beat dies down and then you're just basically saying what you want to say and whatnot. I would have preferred though if they instead went maybe a little bit of a different style and still tried to add another kind of musical style in there, right? And if I were going to like they had a little bit more rock inspired thing going on in the background, I would have loved if they went like full punk or something, right? I feel like even though it's completely out of the blue, but I feel like in order to keep up the energy level, having a more sort of like a punk theme and for Hayasaka to be singing or shouting her feelings in a more punk sort of matter, I feel like would have been awesome. So maybe a little bit of a missed opportunity there. And in the end they said that it's Hayasaka's shori, right? It's Hayasaka's win. if we're just going by the musical stuff, I wouldn't say so. And going by the musical stuff, I would definitely say Shirogane win, but sure, she got what she wanted in the end, right? And she really didn't want much. She just, I feel like that's very heartfelt, right? She just wants to be a normal schoolgirl for once. That's okay. That's admirable. That's great. Of course, anything else, I'm not quite sure if in the end there it would, I would actually. The ending there was basically her saying that she just wants a normal male friend. I feel like that could happen even without all these things going on. So was that really just her true feelings at this point, or is her true feelings more like, I want to fall in love too, I want to have a relationship too? Because I feel like that's what was hinted in the previous seasons, right? Hayasaka is feeling a little bit down because, she also wants to have her youth, she wants to have her seishun, if you will. The youth kind of feeling, and falling in love, having these bittersweet moments, and those doki doki moments and whatnot. So I feel like she wasn't being 100% honest there, but it's a start, right? It's a start. So yeah. Anyways, that entire thing, that was awesome. That's all I can say for that part. Oh, so good. So damn good. In fact, it's so awesome that I feel kind of bad for Maki, actually, because obviously she's having her development as well. We're learning more about that particular situation. And in a way, though, it's kind of sort of like a microcosm of her entire situation, right? So her situation is being pushed into the background, being overshadowed by not only our main characters, but also our resident couple as well, right? So maybe it was deliberate in a sort of way to make this kind of contrast, but definitely the energy levels was it was quite a you kind of get whiplash from the energy levels between those two mini episodes, if you will. So and the way I think about it is that I find it kind of like, for instance, I've already gushed this much time over that particular the rapping part of this, right? So not really many people are going to be concentrating on that, so maybe it's a disservice to Maki in some sort of way, but it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so I think I've been rambling on long enough. You guys know me, and you guys saw my reaction. I absolutely enjoyed it. Hayasaka, best girl, man. Absolute best girl. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.